finish off harvesting. Ghost people. Can't say I've encountered ghost people yet. They have the zombie people on Halloween. Okay, turn that off. Well, that was still running. I thought I saw some loose wheat around here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Oh, the driving through the people, yeah. Kind of like the cars are solid immovable objects. And you can hit them with a truck or a harvester, and the harvester goes into orbit, not the car. Although I believe Giants did that. I'm not sure whether it was Farm Sim 15 or 17 that they did that, and that was because the previous incarnation of Farm Sim, people used to ram the cars and stick them in the middle of a field, and the car would basically be stuck there. It wouldn't return back to its pre-programmed route. So they just said, oh, we're just not going to let people ram the cars off the road anymore. Which means map makers have to be very careful with how they set up the routes. What's that one? Because if you have cars turning right over a route where the cars can, going the other way, come straight across, then you end up with a permanent accident, and the traffic just, it's stuck. There's nothing you can do about it. So turn that off there. Jump back to this. So, what was it? The Old Stream Farm. The traffic would pass both ways across the bridge, but would then do a left turn once it had crossed the bridge. Left turn. No. It would basically keep, because it's American, it's French, so it would keep right, so that you went around a loop turning left until you came back to the part where the traffic was running two ways. I think they've done it okay here. If you're driving this way, you drive down here, it takes a right hand turn somewhere up ahead, it hits the edge of the map, it turns around, it comes back and takes another right hand turn back on this road until it hits the bottom. I hope this is my farm entrance. Yeah, because I took the wrong turn back there. And I guess I can park this here. I can pick it up again in the morning. Whee. So turn the lights off, turn the engine off, put the lid on the wagon, and jump out and break my ankle falling through the gap. So hi chickens. Chickens are still working fine. How are we doing now? We have 69 chickens and 50% wheat. Okay. Oh, and we have another box of eggs to sell. I haven't sold that yet. So 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Okay. Check the chickens again. $3.99. Okay, we have. They take barley as well. We have wheat in the bunker now, so that's not going to be an issue for us, which is good. Okay, do not miss the turn. And the pedestrians are up and wandering around aimlessly. Oops. Yeah, knocked his arm off. Okay, so this grass I don't own. It's just the field. I probably won't buy it because it's only a small patch. So, autumn cloudy day on an autumn whatever day it is. We'll put that there. And run over here. And we'll try and do this field like we did the last one. Turn on forward gear engage, let's go. So, this is turning out to be quite a nice little harvester. We haven't had any problems with it yet. Gonna have to get in the cab so that I can see where I'm going because of the trees. Oh, that's right. This end of the field has an opening. So we'll just mow down that hedge. Okay, what have I hit? Everything. There we go. It's working. Now this is going to be a lower density crop than the wheat, so we should get around this field a lot further. The problem is that I'm going counterclockwise and my pipe's on the inside. So I need to get this loop finished correctly. Oops. Also leaving a bit of a gap on the left, and now I'm not. Oh. And there's the bit where we drove over it with the tractor. Hit the hedge, fence, whatever it is behind us, and off we go. What the heck? Okay. Well, we killed something there. Oh, let's go forwards. Okay, I probably hit some canola in the adjacent field that was still there, or something. And I have to watch that. That may be a bit of a problem with this map, because so many of the fields are separated by a small grass strip that's that wide. I think what we'll do is we'll go across the bottom of this field here and come back again if I can. I think I'm going to need 3 headers at the ends, but I'll be able to then go up and down the field without much problems. Oops. There's some oats along the bottom there. Grab that bit. And then we go forwards. There we go. Okay, we did sleep till 8 o'clock, got 8 o'clock, so... Guessing we should be done with this by lunchtime. I may start preparing these fields before I move on to any contract work. So if I can get all my fields out of the way, I'm basically either ready to... It's early fall, so all of our fields are done. I can potentially put down some oilseed radish and then go with either a winter crop, which we have barley, wheat, and barley, wheat, and canola available. I think. Again, not so used to this geo. Or we can leave the oilseed radish in over the winter and cultivate it sometime around spring and plant some later crops like soybeans and corn and sunflowers. Now, going with corn and sunflowers would mean we'd need to buy different headers for this. But we should have the money to be able to afford that, so I'm not too worried. Okay, I'm going to wrap that line across the end there. Cut a bit of that corner away. Go down this end and back up again, and then we can cut another headland along the top edge as well. If we start doing harvesting contracts, we are going to put a lot of hours on this thing. And that said, we're only at 1.3 so far, and we're nearly done with our fields. This is, what's it, too early fall, so we've still got 7 days left of fall before winter closes in, and we'll then be skipping through winter quite quickly. I think plans for the wheat will keep, we'll look at what the chickens are eating now, and we'll keep maybe 2 to 3 times that amount in the silo for next year. Obviously we're going to have to buy, or not buy, we're going to have to plant either wheat or barley for the coming year. So we have at least one chicken feed crop. Okay, so with that amount of space at each end, we can now just keep going up and down. We do need to keep an eye on the tank fill, and which side of the head are we going to be, or which side of the harvest are we going to be on. Hoping I'll make it up and down the field before we get it close to being full. Then we'll be able to unload a little easier. It would be nice, but I don't have the cash for it right now. We have 24,000, and the reason I'm holding off on spending money by a large amount is that I don't know how much income we're going to make from the crop this year, so I don't want to take out a loan, buy some big equipment, and then end up being unable to afford the loan payments. In Farm Sim, you don't want to buy equipment on a loan, because if you get into financial trouble, there's nothing you can do, because the equipment is no longer worth the value you've taken the loan out for. I have been doing a lot of missions on this map, so yes, that is an option. But you want to take out a loan take out a loan to buy a field, because if it all goes bad, you can sell that field for the same amount that you bought it for. So you haven't lost anything except the interest payments you paid so far. And we've been missioning like crazy on this map in order to be able to afford this harvester, which is upgraded. It has a slightly larger grain tank than the base model. I think we splashed out on the paint colour. But apart from that, it's pretty cheap, and so is the header. Okay, we are not going to make it up and down the field again. So we'll get the tractor over. Plus, even if I got a bigger harvester, I've still only got a small tractor and a small grain cart. I can unload this harvester 1.9 times. It's actually 1.99999. But with a bigger harvester, you kind of want a bigger grain truck, and with a bigger grain truck, you're going to need a bigger tractor. And when I'm working this sort of thing, I would look at a bigger tractor first before I start upgrading sort of bigger grain cart, bigger harvester. I mean, the harvester's fine. It's taken us probably by the end of this 1.5 hours to harvest 3 fields that we have. So it's not a bad deal. It's when it takes you 3 days to harvest all your fields that it gets to the point of maybe I need a bigger harvester. Oh, I've already got the biggest harvester. Maybe I need another 1 or 2. Oh, boof. Oh, that was bad. Oh, hush. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether this tractor is not playing well with the enhanced driving mod. That's the only thing I can think of, and why we're only limited to 13 miles an hour on a tractor that should be capable of 22. But yeah, I usually look with going from this wagon's 10,000 litres. So next size up, I'd probably be looking at about 16 to 20,000 litres as an upgrade. But I'm not sure this tractor can cope with it. And I mean, maybe if I do upgrade the tractor, I buy a second tractor as opposed to selling this one in order to get a new one. Okay, foot to the floor, 13 miles an hour. Take this back up to the top of the field and empty the rest of the harvester. Quite surprised, we've only used about 17.8 hours on that tractor so far, and that has been busy now for 2 seasons. I think apart from a couple of contracts where we borrowed the equipment, it's done all of the contracts that we've done. That's the thing, I don't know why it's only limited to 13 miles an hour. As I said, I think it may be interference between the tractor mod and the enhanced driving mod. The enhanced driving mod I'm using, you look at the speedometer, there is 2 arrows, one pointing up, one pointing down. The one pointing up is green. That is a direction select button, and it means that I'm driving with the steering wheel and pedals. The accelerator always takes me in the direction I have selected. So normal farm sim, the accelerator makes you go forward or slow down if you're going backwards, and the brake makes you go backwards or slow down if you're going forwards. And I don't find that a comfortable thing to be doing. So with the enhanced driving mod, that gives you select forward, the accelerator goes forwards and the brake stops you. Select backwards, the accelerator makes you go backwards and the brake stops you. Which is a far more natural way to do things. So that's kind of why I like using that mod. I know some other YouTubers and streamers use a proper gear mod. I know one of them uses a mod that has a handbrake. I'm not aware of, or I am not familiar with where they've got those mods from, so I haven't loaded them. The enhanced driving mod came in the mod hub, so the in-game mod hub, so that's the one I picked to use. And I've been using it since we did the Osa family farm on Field Mountain. Well, that's true, and I think that's something that the gear shift, the actual gear shift mod, which has low, mid and high gears and numbers of gears going through each range, does, but that also has issues. As I said, the only issue I've had with the enhanced driving mod so far is it doesn't play with guidance steering GPS. If you've got GPS turned on, then the accelerator is forward, the brake is backwards. And that tractor doesn't seem to go full speed. As I said, I'm assuming it's the enhanced driving mod. And that tractor don't play nice. And this harvester's not having an issue. And I can drive a modded Valtra A around at 32 miles an hour without problems. That tractor having issues. I think it's a recent issue. So I don't know if it was an upgrade of the tractor mod or I don't think there's been an upgrade to the enhanced driving mod. I could be wrong. Okay, so that is all our fields harvested. I've approached that from the wrong side. Okay, you take care, Whitehawk. And if I'm still on, I'll see you when you get back. So what is the time? It's just gone 10 o'clock. Is it really just gone 10 o'clock? Okay. Why didn't my phone beep? Oh, because the battery's gone. Okay. Guess I will need to charge that tomorrow morning. I'm not going to bother doing it now. Clunk. Extend the pipe. Does it reach out far enough? Yeah, I think so.